Greetings, gentle viewers. We're the Complaints About Makoto gamers.
Apparently we are! I'm the Complain About Makoto-inator?
And I'm the Complaint About Makoto squared. I mean, come on. He just gained her trust. And, got her to open up to him. And then it's just like, nah, I can't tell you. And I'm not going to explain either because I'm Makoto. All I do is go, huh?
Okay. Yeah, you really are complaining about Makoto squared. That's way more uncharitable than what I was going to say.
Look, I can accept him being a little so that at the trial he can shine. But this is like he shoved his whole foot inside his mouth with this.
Okay, so I don't quite think it's that bad, and I also get that the reason that it's happening is probably to make sure there is still some level of tension. Because as soon as you finally establish like a real relationship of trust with one of the other main characters, there's a level of tension that is going to dissipate from the game, and now is probably not the time to do that. That's what I'm assuming the case is.
But he's always going on about friendship and trust and all of that stuff.
But the only person he lies to is Kyoko. He just keeps lying to Kyoko.
It's always Kyoko.
She keeps going out on a limb for him. She keeps helping him specifically out, and she even has expectations of him. She asks him for things.
Right.
And he just keeps lying to her. And that is really starting to get on my nerves, though I made my position pretty clear a second ago.
Then some big windows. There's another picture.
Huh. This is the office. But of course there's no hint of any teachers that we'd normally be able to rely on. But in the top left-hand corner of the screen, there's some pretty interesting hairstyles. Like the very top left, like the leftmost one, like isn't that kind of like Civil War mustache?
Kind of looks like it, yeah.
Huh.
So of course you're going to look at it last.
Of course I'm going to look at it last. There's a flower on the desk. Somehow it makes things feel that much weirder. I like how Makoto said there's a flower on the desk. But actually there's like a flower on every desk.
And there's more than a flower.
And that really makes things look exceedingly weird. And are you going to make me look at every single freaking flower?
Yes.
Huh? What? Shut up.
Yep, still more flowers on the desk. Looks weird. Coins everywhere.
I am not messing with those coins anymore. Really, there's nothing to look at. You can't look at anything anywhere anymore.
I know.
Why even... No. There's a picture on the floor. This picture.
Okay.
What? Celeste, Hifumi, and Sayaka?
Well, we kind of already figured that out with Celeste and Hifumi. Like with his memories.
So obviously he just took a picture of her, and because she's blushing. And it was like probably like slightly pervy, because I mean we're talking about Hifumi. Okay, so if, based on what Hifumi had said, if everybody's memories were... Hold on. Right. Before I continue with that, I just want to point out if there's any really weird noises. The cat just decided that he was going to make a concerted attempt to burrow into the couch. And who knows what he's going to do next. Anyway. Okay, Hifumi remembered Celeste's name from before. Perhaps after a certain amount of time into the school year. Where everyone had become friends.
Right.
Then whatever it is happened, and that's when everyone's memories were manipulated. So the thing is that because the memories have been erased or manipulated in some other way, these kids are all friends.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. They've been at Hope's Peak. They've already been there for Lord knows how long, and then I see...
Yeah, and everyone's been here, and everyone's been friends, and so the fact that now we're in this situation where we can see how determined we are to kill each other. The smiling faces of 3 people who are dead now. A classroom without metal plates over the windows. I mean, is it like an experiment? Some sort of thought experiment? Or...
But doesn't this seem a little strange? Each picture that has been released was released on the specific... Like, how would they know who killed who at what time?
What do you mean they?
Who do you...
Monokuma is just putting out these pictures when it's appropriate. They haven't just been laying on the ground. This is information provided to us on purpose. He is trying to mess with at least with Makoto's mind.
Right. What I'm saying is after the second case, we got to the third floor, and there was a picture of Chihiro, Mondo, and Leon, 3 people. Okay, no, never mind. I see what I saw the flaw in my own logic, and I'm now rescinding it. It's like, how would he have known that all 3 of those people were dead? He wouldn't have. He would have just released it when those 3 people had died.
He just pulled out a picture that he had that had the appropriate people that he wanted to put in it.
Yeah, see, that's what I realized.
This is exactly the same as last time. It's just like that picture I saw before. There's no way this isn't important somehow.
I'd grab it before Monokuma appears.
If we take the assumption that the class had been at Hope's Peak for some amount of time and had become friends, which the pictures quite clearly show that at least the people in the pictures are friends, so I think that's a fair assumption. If we take that as a base, then what is it that changed? What is it that happened? Were they really the only students at the academy? Were they the only students for this year? Or was it just one single class of students and you have to fill in the other classes? If we assume that this is if we assume that there are several classes of students, but there probably aren't very many students at the school overall.
I'd imagine not.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the classrooms. There's like 2 on each floor. There can't be that many classrooms with that many people. Then that means that this group of 15 people,
students,
this group of 15 students is somehow special compared to the other groups of students.
Yeah.
Because this is the group of students that ended up participating in whatever this is. Now, it could be that something terrible happened to the school and we were cryogenically frozen, digitally stored
for thousands of years.
Time machines, alien hamburger abductions, I don't know. Okay, whatever, but it could be that it's some amount of time later. It could be that we volunteered for something.
Right.
Like some type of weird, like I said, like experiment, which I kind of don't think that that's really the case, but I'm leaving it open to the fact that the people that the students knew what they were getting themselves into when they did it. But I still think there's some degree of evidence for this being like post-apocalyptic, like some great amount of time.
Yeah.
Now we combine this with the "you must not leave." Then there's the idea that maybe nobody has ever been killed at all. And that we're just endlessly repeating this, perhaps.
Maybe. But how would that work? Some kind of time loop? Or are you talking about the whole, like, digital simulation thingy?
Or fakery or something.
Right.
But just like, okay, we go through it, and then we just go through it again, and then we just go through it again, and we just go through it again to see if anything different happens.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, all the memory stuff.
Right. And it's not like we've ever seen anyone killed.
We have not seen anyone killed.
We've only seen corpses, and dead people are just objects.
That's right. I'm pretty sure I had made that observation before, and if I hadn't...
Yeah, you have.
If I hadn't, I certainly thought of it.
I was just bringing it back up.
Yeah. And Byakuya is like, it's so weird that Kyoko keeps poking at all the dead bodies. Even in the executions, there's some crucial stuff you don't... Well, okay, no. It was pretty clear with Leon.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
It's something to be aware, to be mindful of.
There's that camera.
They're smiling the way you'd expect any normal teenager to smile. Just a normal group of high schoolers living a normal school life, except they're all ultimates in a super privileged class, and there's really nothing normal. But in any case, I can't possibly believe they were able to smile like that in a world of despair like this. For goodness sake, it's because this is a different time and possibly even different place. So does that mean this picture was taken before they ever came to Hope's Peak? No, it was. We already know the memories. Oh, why do I have to read these lines? Which would mean everyone in the picture knew each other before they got here? Including Sayaka? There's no way! Monokuma did it! It must be fake!
You're fake!
And Monokuma shows up immediately again. Does anybody else find these pictures? Or are these pictures just for Makoto? There's not pictures of anybody else drawn on the blackboards in classrooms.
That's true.
Only Makoto.
That's true.
Makoto is the only person who ended up in a room that had a broken door to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Makoto is taking the lead in all the trials, and no one is really commenting on this.
Yeah.
Monokuma isn't saying anything congratulatory or even like, oh, thanks to Makoto, you got away again. I mean,
that seems really suspect.
Is this whole thing about Makoto?
Probably. I feel like it is. Like, especially with how Kyoko reacts towards him.
Yeah. And Byakuya, for that matter.
Yeah.
And no one's tried to kill him.
Right.
Even though he's the most normal...
defenseless.
One of the weakest people here. Of who's remaining, certainly the weakest person. Monokuma popped up out of nowhere, snatched the picture from my hand.
It's for my scrapbook!
Its duty having been done.
A forgery plot? What are you, a middle schooler? You think the moon landing was fake too? Come on!
Then you're saying this picture is real?
If there was such a thing as the Nobel Truth Prize, I'd take first, second, and fourth place! Yasuhiro gets third. 20% accuracy.
Well, what?
He hasn't lied to us yet.
What a line! If there, he is saying, I am honest. I am not lying to you. He showed up to complain about being accused of lying. So if we operate like that, then we can assume that he has not been lying. That whoever graduates gets to leave the school to go check out whatever.
Yeah.
Based on that first motive. But you must not leave. Graduation must be prevented. So he really does want everyone here to live a happy, peaceful student life.
Well, there's no guarantee he wrote that note either.
No, I don't think Monokuma had anything to do with that note.
Right.
I think Makoto wrote that note.
Ah, gotcha.
I don't have any evidence for that whatsoever.
We haven't seen his handwriting.
Except that he was like, what? My memory. Where have I seen these words before? But
yeah.
I mean, I'm really just assuming that based on narrative predictions without actually any real evidence. What is something else that Monokuma has said?
In relation to, he said a lot of things.
Oh, man, what did he say way back in the first motive?
Oh, just graduate to find out what's going on.
He didn't say that he had, taken anybody hostage.
No. He just implied with imagery.
No, I don't think he implied anything. I think people just took from it what they wanted to take, including us.
Maybe he doesn't have anyone hostage, but that's how Sakura interpreted her video.
Well, now Sakura, that he really could have that hostage there. Is there any... Okay, so that's enough of what we've gotten so far. Come to think of it, if he's been telling a joke, he's also admitted it right away, hasn't he?
That's true. Actually, that's probably not true.
Oh, screw off! What about all that time we just spent speculating? I asked you a question. Is this picture real or is it a fake?
Oh, Makoto, you're so eager to split things in half, aren't you?
Yes, white and black bear split down the middle. Though, if you think Makoto is so eager to split things in half, it's a good thing you're not talking to the Bittersweet gamers.
But it's no use. It's just no use. If you try to split something that can't be split, you'll end up feeling like you're the one being split. The picture is real. No more, no less.
I assume so. We've assumed these pictures have been real the whole time. Without another word, Monokuma disappeared.
He was really forthcoming there, wasn't he? The first time he just acted angry and snatched the picture away.
He's been really helpful recently. He's had a lot of stuff he wanted to say.
Mm-hmm.
So the picture's real. It's really real? If that's true, if that's the case... The nameplate on this door says Headmaster's Room. There must be something worthwhile in there. And this door is locked too. Damn it! I've already taken a good look at things around here. There's a lot to think about, but for now I should just head back to the dining hall and talk to the others. Pretty weird how we didn't run into Byakuya or Toko.
Yeah. Very weird.
There's no way Byakuya wouldn't be interested in exploring the new room. He probably already did earlier in the morning, perhaps?
Probably. They were probably doing that when we were eating breakfast or whatever.
Not long after I got to the dining hall, the others began to trickle in. And after a few minutes, the usual gang arrived.
So, is this everyone?
Other than Byakuya and Toko, but they don't count.
Okay, let's discuss what we all discovered.
Yeah, good idea. Kyoko.
Yeah.
She's ignoring me.
Your own fault, man.
I wonder why she's so mad at me. I don't know, maybe I should rebuff her advances for cooperation and lie to her some more. Hey, Makoto. Does Kyoko seem upset to you?
Well, it's a little hard to tell, honestly. She's kind of neutral in expression most times.
She is, isn't she? She's totally mad. Yeah, looks like it.
What's your deal?
I bet it's your fault, isn't it? You must have done something to her. I told you to show some backbone. Come on. Everyone hates me because I did something really wrong.
Metal sheets had been attached to all the windows on the 4th floor. None of them budged an inch.
In other words,
just like everywhere else. Escape from the 4th floor seems unlikely. That was to be expected, though. I just did it for thoroughness' sake.
Spy or not, she undertakes her duty with great precision.
Well, she kind of has to avoid suspicion?
I suppose that's true, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is a regular personality, like her being really protective and mom-like, like the whole time. But she's willing to leave different types of investigation to other people, and she focuses on the things that she feels like she can solve that nobody else will think about.
Right.
And that's something I really like about her.
I found a couple rooms on the 4th floor, but they were locked. The data center and the headmaster's room.
The headmaster's room? That sounds like exactly the kind of place we'd find some clues. If we can somehow unlock the door and get inside, hey Sakura, why don't you just bash it down?
Who cares about a stupid lock?
How about that?
It should be no problem for the world's
Thank
strongest
you!
missing link to knock down one measly door. What was that? No, please continue.
Is it against regulations to knock down doors?
Did you say I've got the nicest butt on the block?
No.
The curviest hips and down? Is that what you said? If it'll make you go away, then yes.
Why do you want curvy hips? Mrs. Kuma?
Hell no, I didn't. Then what did you say? 'Cause I know you weren't talking about tearing down the door to the headmaster's room. Knocking down your headmaster's door? What kind of war on education are you trying to start here? That's my room, you know. It is now, anyway. And you're thinking of busting it down? You seriously don't want to piss me off. You have any idea how much bacteria lives on a single bear claw?
How much bacteria lives on one of your claws?
Irrelevant!
So he's admitting that is the room that he's in.
No, I was just kidding. Please don't get mad. I'm not mad.
So does that also mean that say speculation that we've done about the 16th student just having a room on a different floor is probably
possible?
True?
Yeah. You're totally mad.
What's
up with these emoticons? I was hoping I wouldn't have to add a rule for this, but if you're gonna go around having those thoughts...
I've been advocating for it the whole time, so...
I have no choice but to add to the school regulations.
Man, we should have knocked down the door before we talked about it.
Right. Too bad. Breaking down a locked door is prohibited. There, that's a rule now, jerks.
We could have broken down one of those doors and then been like, well, we didn't know it was against the rules.
Yeah. There wasn't any kind of destruction of school property rule.
Yeah, it was just cameras, wasn't it?
Yeah, cameras specifically.
Oh.
Gosh darn it. Should be the last one.
As is destruction of surveillance cameras.
Right.
Just cameras. I remember we looked at that and said that means we can destroy everything else, but...
Right.
Boo! Attempting to break into locked rooms. Now that doesn't just... Wait a minute. Anyway, that doesn't just mean break down the door.
Right?
That means attempting to break in. Well, there's not any pickable locks.
Right.
I get it. This is different.
What?
This is why I've been flipping through these.
What's different?
I'm just making sure I haven't lost my mind. One of the regulations is gone.
What? Which one?
The one that's saying he can add new regulations.
Does that mean he won't add any more? Oh, okay!
It's gone.
Is he gone?
Yeah, the regulation's gone. I mean,
That's
yeah.
not what I was asking. Man, I was scared for my life. I was sure he was going to kill me, for serious.
For not complimenting his hips and butt?
But if he would go out of his way to make up a rule like that, there's no doubt that something important must be hidden in the headmaster's room.
But now that it's a rule, there's nothing we can do. We can't break into it. But can you get into the room without breaking into it?
Like what's considered breaking in, you know?
Yeah.
So breaking into a locked room is against the rules now. Sorry, guys. Yes, something important. Headmaster's room.
Ah, I hit the wrong button. Why is this so complicated for me? Why do I have such a hard time with the controls in a visual novel?
I don't understand either.
There was a big shelf in the chem lab on the 4th floor, and it had all kinds of chemicals and stuff, and I just know somebody's gonna get poisoned and die! And there was an all-star cast of nutrient additives and supplements. You should at least go take a peek. I highly recommend it.
I think you and Ogre are probably the only ones interested in stuff like that.
Oh, but it's not all good stuff, though.
Of course.
There was medicine and health stuff, but on top of that, there was also a bunch of different poisons. And everyone in this room who was surprised raised your hand! To be fair,
hands up.
To be fair, who knows how many hands are up? You guys can't see us!
They were all labeled clearly, though, so it would be hard to grab one by mistake.
It's true.
Still, we better make sure we're careful around there. In fact, we should probably just flush them all down the sink.
Yeah, why don't we just go dispose of every toilet, every toilet, yes. Dispose of every poison.
Yeah.
Make it so everybody, at least in this group of 5, so that everybody visually sees every one of those poisons being destroyed.
Yeah.
And we probably shouldn't tell Byakuya or Toko about the poison, right?
That's a good plan. Yes.
But one of them could easily go into the room and find the poisons, whereas if we do what Daymon's saying and just destroy them all, then no one can get poisoned.
Asahina, who's Daymon?
Oh, I mean, I'm not the spy or anything, though, so don't look at me.
What do you mean?
Well, just in case. You know what I'm trying to say.
Just in case. Yeah, I think you're right.
However,
it's Byakuya. It won't be long before he's discovered it for himself. So we need to dispose of him.
But to put something as dangerous as poison right out in the open, as opposed to mallets,
knives,
the hammers in the boys' toolkits.
Yeah.
Toolkits.
That would probably count as breaking in. Taking off the screws of the handle.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of breaking the...
That's absolutely the work of the mastermind.
So, has everyone said what they need to say?
I think so.
Serious?
But it looks like nobody found any clues at all, let alone a way out of here.
There's nothing surprising about that. Wouldn't we have to search for kind of a longer time? And
yeah.
Keep in mind how long it took for anybody to find the secret door.
Right.
Are there other doors like that? Other rooms like that? What else is here that we haven't found?
Right? I haven't been this depressed since my house burned to the ground. Someone, do something to cheer me up.
Is the reason that you're like this because of all the horrible, crazy things you've experienced in your life? Like hamburger abductions and... Did you burn down your house? Did you kill your parents when you burned down your house? Did they burn down the house to try and kill you? Can I say something?
No, I'm panicking here.
Okay, I'll just wait.
It's because my dad was smoking in bed.
Okay, thanks for letting me know. I was really curious. No. I have something I'd like to report. So, you guys all remember, right? You remember when I found that picture up on the 3rd floor the other day, but I can't provide it as evidence, but I'm just talking about it? And now I'm going to do it again, so it makes me look super trustworthy. I mean, I totally took alter ego, guys. I mean, somebody else took alter ego and is threatening to destroy alter ego if we don't. I'm just saying, you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I know what you're doing, yeah. You mean the one that showed Mondo, Chihiro, and Leon all together, right?
Yeah, I remember. What about it? Well, I found another one. Another picture almost just like that one. Another one. But this time, the picture was of Celeste, Hifumi, and Sayaka.
Huh?
And they were all smiling. Okay, Kiyotaka and who else hasn't been in a picture?
Junko.
And Junko, okay. And the classroom in the picture didn't have any metal covering the windows.
So the picture of Mondo, Chihiro, and Leon wasn't the only one. Now you found one that had Celeste, Hifumi, and Sayaka. Sakaya. No, it was Sayaka, but it said Sakaya in the...
What, did it really?
Yeah, it did! Sakaya, see? I was like, wait a second!
Typo! They come every so often, but they're not really that big of a deal. I mean, what? There's a lot of text. But how can that...
Conspiracy!
Monokuma must have faked it.
We don't need to regurgitate all the reasons why that's not true. But if the picture is real, why haven't we spent any time discussing existential stuff anyway, guys? Then everyone who was in it, there would have to be some kind of hidden connection there, don't you think? Some deeper truth that we just don't understand, that is really important to everything going on.
What?
Can't be! It's a fake! Ghosts!
Okay, yeah, just whatever, man. But Monokuma said it was real. I know we could just write that off as a lie, but...
Then you trust Monokuma's word over the people who have died?
No, that's not what I mean at all.
Because...
That's what you're saying, isn't it?
No. That's not the super important part. The important part is... why? What would the motivation be? Nobody discusses any of this stuff. No.
I'm shocked. You told everyone how we should believe in our friends, but you refused to do the same.
Yeah, we've spent a lot of time discussing that too, haven't we? I'm an idiot though. What's going on, Kyoko? Why are you getting so emotional?
You keep lying to her!
It's like I've betrayed somebody that you've clearly liked and put a lot of your trust in or something. I just don't understand anybody!
Hey,
Come on, guys, stop fighting or all your good luck is hitting the button too early. Anyway, Makoto, you're thinking about it too much. There's no way Monokuma didn't fake that picture.
Float away.
Float away?
That's what was in the box.
Well, you hit the button too quick. I couldn't read it.
There's no way Monokuma didn't float away.
What? No, there's no way Monokuma didn't fake that picture. What are you talking about? He's just trying to confuse us. You shouldn't listen to anything Monokuma has to say. I'm trustworthy.
I believe that is simultaneously true and untrue.
Right.
That's the same thing that we were saying right in the beginning of the game, and I believe it. But we need to pay really close attention to everything that he is telling us.
Right.
We have to consider the possibility of this picture that I can't prove exists. Means something. Guys, come on.
Yeah, hold on. You should listen to what your friends are saying. The picture is a fake. Don't believe Monokuma. You should trust us over Monokuma. Doesn't that seem a little strange? In this specific conversation. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. I've been known to from time to time.
This is
They're
the one
all
time...
dismissing it out of hand.
Well, Makoto can't prove that it exists. And this is the one time that Monokuma is surely not lying in any way, shape, or form. I'm still not sure he's ever lied, though. I mean, it's also important not to pay too much attention to what he
may not
says.
have told us everything, but...
That is an interesting observation. This time, Monokuma is right, and the friends are wrong.
Are you still so conflicted? What? It can only be one other person. It looks like you guys have stopped playing nice.
Byakuya!
You all have the same sunken look on your faces.
Well, I just screwed everything up, and now we're all arguing essentially entirely because of my own errors.
You were all so ugly before. You shouldn't let them sink any lower. When I look at you, it makes me think of a frog sinking into a pile of manure.
Just poisonous already, okay?
You know?
Sorry.
Just a second.
Why are you apologizing? Leave us alone. You're not a part of this.
That's true enough. Your problems aren't mine. We are, and always will be, completely separate. So whatever's causing your faces to turn so ugly has absolutely nothing to do with me. And if I happen to discover a vital clue, it wouldn't concern you in the slightest.
Is this you coming here trying to whine about being left out? Did he finally just say something useful?
Hey.
Byakuya, what have you been up to?
That's fine.
I don't mind telling you. Perhaps forcing your lazy brains to get to work might do you some good.
Such ignorance.
I was in the bath. What else would you like to know? Today's lottery numbers?
He was taking a bath. Is he saying he's been talking to Alter Ego? Did he tell him something?
Maybe we should all go take a bath.
Alter Ego should be done after all.
Yeah. Ah, good idea. A mixed bath?
A mixed bath? If Alter Ego really did tell him something, I wonder what it could have been. And isn't it fascinating that Byakuya
came to us to tell us?
He keeps cooperating.
It's in his best interests overall.
But the way he's cooperating...
That's because he's a douche.
When I got to the dressing room, Toko was sitting alone on the bench, the laptop in front of her. Toko, did you decide to come hear what Alter Ego has to say too?
I already heard it with Master.
Master?
With Master.
You don't have to keep saying it. Anyway, so what are you doing right now? I like how she responded to me.
Shut up. Stop bothering me.
Huh?
No, Jugs.
How about that?
Get out of the way. We have to talk to Alter Ego.
Well,
No, I made Master a promise. A promise? Master told me to wait here, so that's what I'm doing.
What are you, his dog?
If it's what Master wants, I'd do anything he asks. You just love being mistreated. Well, fine. If you really want me gone, by all means.
Oh, come on!
Hey guys, what's going on?
Can you sneeze again?
Oh, we'd like you to move, please. Sure thing. Just kneel before me and beg.
This is...
Does she keep pepper in her pocket or something?
I bet she does now.
First a mega masochist, now a super sadist. How's that for alliteration? Did I do good?
Yeah, I was trying to think of something to play off of that, but nothing came in.
A scary Schadenfreudist.
Genocide Deck is blocking the laptop. Waiting for Master. Listen, Kyoko, about that picture from before... Hey.
Yep.
She's being very thorough about pretending I don't exist. Maybe I should quit lying to her.
That would be a good step. Well, guess we have no choice but to use force. A shot to the face would stand out, so go for the gut. You do it, not me.
But she's a girl.
She's a serial killer?
A brutally powerful serial killer.
Who cares? I've already got a mountain of lawsuits waiting for me when I get out. What's one more? Maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud.
So, let me get this straight.
I'm concerned.
You have paid, or you have been paid for quite a lot of work, but your accuracy is only roughly 20%, so...
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
And who knows what else.
Hey, Afro Thunder! Don't get any bright ideas, okay? I'll give you a haircut from the shoulders up.
Afro Thunder?
my beautiful scissors!
You're totally not adorable, so I'll make sure you live when I stab you, but it'll hurt like hell. I'm strong against women and children, but not women and children that seem strong. I'm a wussy.
Oh! Oh, that's really clever! I'm strong against women and children, but not women and children that seem strong. This guy is kind of pathetic. Man, he was awesome in the last chapter. He's just been hilarious in this one. Whatever it is, I really don't want to have to beg her. Come on, Makoto, you do it. It's just because I'm small, weak, and have developed a reputation for messing things up. It's fine. It's not the end of the world if you beg a little. I'm not going to do it. But the same goes for you.
Just a second.
No, it would be the end of the world for me. Everyone
What's
here...
wrong with everyone?
Everyone here sucks.
What's your excuse? Well, she's essentially our opponent right now. I'm not sure I trust her to keep her word, even if we did do what she asked.
That's reasonable. Toko, seriously, I'm asking you nicely to let us use the laptop. That's a really good
Thank you. Didn't you hear what I said? I told you to kneel and beg.
Huh?
How about that?
Come on, Makoto. Give her the old 1-2 combo. 1, drop to your knees. 2, beseech.
Why are you acting like you're not part of this? Oh, for God's sake, just do it! I was as desperate as I felt. Finally, I did kneel down in front of her and I said, please, I'm begging you, will you please let us use the laptop? I mean, geez, pride is important, but But it's like you just throw this stuff back in their face and it's fine. How much are you really going to lose?
I mean, what are you going to lose? Her respect?
I don't know. I've done a lot of acting, so I don't have any problems doing stuff like that.
Such an ultra-miraculous feeling of happiness. All my pent-up anger at Master for abusing me is evaporating. Maybe I should have said that out loud.
Everyone here has just lost their mind. So even you realize it's abuse.
That should be enough, right? Hurry up and let us talk to Alter Ego. Okay! Then she ran out screaming.
Where'd she go? Okay, there she is.
I'll go to bed every night for the rest of my life thinking about what just happened.
You have
away screaming.
You have really weird standards.
I don't know what you were expecting. Good job, Makoto. That was some real top-tier begging.
Apparently it was.
I'm proud of you.
She said she's going to remember this for the rest of her life.
I think that has to do with something else.
What kind of relationship do Byakuya and Toko even have, anyway? No!
I'll tell you when you're older.
Yeah, I really don't want to know right now.
So then.
Here's my main concern. Yes?
So then.
Okay.
Yes?
You really can.
Everyone, come closer.
Boom! Blows up, kills everyone.
I already told Byakuya, but I was finally able to crack open all the files that were on this laptop. Sorry to have kept you all waiting.
Correct.
Just what I thought.
I see.
Finally, the time has come. I'm starting to get kind of nervous. I think I'm haunted by ghosts.
Man, this seems really important. Like we should find some excuse to prematurely end the episode so we can stop on another cliffhanger.
No, no, no! Not this time.
I felt the same way. Resting on the keyboard, my hands had started to shake. Cold sweat.
Knees weak. Arms spaghetti.
Limbs becoming numb. Ah! Angina!
Just a second.
Move.
The single word was like a sharpened blade. Wounded, I moved to let her take over.
So then.
Here we go.
Kyoko began typing, the words appearing as fast as I could read them. Can you tell us what you found out?
Leave it to me.
Sure. I analyzed the files and extracted all the useful information I could find. And one particularly important fact I discovered was that a certain plan had been put into effect here. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
To isolate the students of Hope's Peak Academy and create a communal life for them. Okay. That was the stated goal of the plan, but it was meant to be more than just a normal school life. The students were intended to live out the rest of their lives here.
That's exactly what Monokuma said.
I see.
It's exactly the situation we found ourselves in.
It's quite unthinkable, isn't it? And what's more, the one who came up with the plan was none other than the administrators of Hope's Peak themselves. Which isn't really surprising.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about the idea of an experiment or some digitally thing.
Right.
But why?
Yeah.
And Monokuma is currently in the headmaster's office.
But he did say it was his spot now.
That's true.
Maybe what happened is that they were supposed to live out a communal happy life, but then Monokuma showed up and somehow usurped control over it. Maybe!
Yeah.
I still kind of feel like he's on our side, sort of.
I mean, what you said is possible, but I don't think that's it. Wait, what? Hold on, did the reason we've been imprisoned here... It wasn't the work of some psycho freak or criminal organization or whatever?
Wait.
It was the school itself! Well, we know the school had, like, these crazy government ties. Mm-hmm. So there could still be some sort of shadowy organization thing.
Right.
Then we think about what we got, like the letter that we found in the library.
Right.
Chapter 2. I don't think it's quite so straightforward as this.
No,
but Alter Ego,
some big thing happened and they had to close down.
But Alter Ego hasn't gotten there yet.
Right. That doesn't make any sense! Why would they do that?
Just a second.
I don't think Alter Ego is finished. Perhaps we should hear the rest.
It seems that the reason they devised this plan was because of what happened 1 year ago. This is how they described that event. They said it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Considering how Danganronpa goes, I'm actually inclined to look at that as something that is the opposite of the post-apocalyptic scenario. What does that mean?
Yeah, what kind of name is that for something?
Otherwise known as the tragedy. It was apparently some sort of devastating occurrence. Or, I mean, it was right. It's a post-apocalyptic deal like I've been saying for a couple episodes now. I mean, we saw, like, when we saw Makoto's room in the motive, it was all trashed and destroyed. You must not leave.
Right.
Go find out what's going on. The answer is there's nothing out there.
Yeah.
Maybe we're here to...
repopulate the Earth?
Basically, yeah.
Well, we're off on a good start, wouldn't you say?
I mean, what? Is Yasuhino's prediction going to be completely true? That Sakura is going to be the only living woman? Because of the tragedy.
And the mother of both their children?
Hope's Peak Academy was forced to discontinue its role as a school and close down.
Things are finally starting to make sense. What this means is, 1 year ago, this tragedy took place.
And that letter was like a year.
Yeah.
Kyoko estimated it was a year old.
And whatever it was, it forced Hope's Peak to shut down.
I'm still not so sure that it's apocalyptic.
Right? From there, they decided to use the school as a kind of staging ground.
That's right.
They planned to sequester the students here, where they would live out the rest of their lives.
Why?
So,
But why would the Hope's Peak administrators want to shut everyone in like that? This is sounding more and more like a Zero Escape games, which means that Monokuma might be...
Hey.
And what could this tragic event have possibly been?
In a flash, Kyoko had typed their questions into the computer, and the answer we got was... Sorry, I don't know. If that information was ever on this computer, it's gone now. I'm totally useless. I'm sorry. And that's all he said.
Then, is this really the end? We get halfway through the answer and that's it?
Indeed.
It would appear so. Disappointing.
Oh, wait. There's one other thing I forgot to mention. It's probably the most important part. I think it might be important. I believe it has to do with the mastermind. Okay, this is important.
Yeah.
Kyoko's fingers moved even faster than they had so far. Did you figure out the mastermind's identity? No, that I still don't know, but I did find a clue, I think. The one leading the Hope's Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope's Peak headmaster. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now.
How old did you say?
Okay, hold up. I'll look at that again. The one who finalized the plan to isolate you. Could be the fellow what whopped Makoto.
Quite possibly, quite possibly.
Headmaster?
Is here in the school?
Okay.
Then that's gotta be the mastermind. I mean, Monokuma's been calling himself the headmaster, right? That's too obvious. It cannot be this.
Right.
Perhaps.
Which makes the real headmaster that much more suspicious.
Serious.
But if we break down the door to his room, we're dead, right? So what are we supposed to do? I'll find a way.
Man, she is angry. Her face has started to turn blue. Man, everything is coming to a head.
Master. Okay.
Stab!
Huh? Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the
No
headmaster.
matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on?
I can't explain why. I just know that I have to find him and kill him.
She has to? Kyoko, what's going on with you? When she heard about the headmaster, her reaction was almost violent.
So then.
We should see if Alter Ego has any more information.
Doesn't that also kind of indicate that this has happened before? I mean, we had an
Maybe,
idea that
yeah.
she was the survivor of the previous
And with,
game.
if they've got that memory manipulation, that could very well be.
That seemed to be her attempt to regain her composure, and she started typing again. Honestly, there's so much information here that speculating seems sort of foolish because we'll find something new out
Yeah.
as the scene moves on.
Yeah.
Did you learn anything else? I'm sorry, that's everything I found. All the information on this laptop seems to be pretty old, so that's all I can do from here. I'm really sorry.
Then, it really is all over. Wait, Alter Ego seems to have more to say.
It's kind of a different topic, but I was wondering about something. I haven't seen Celeste, Hifumi, or Kiyotaka since yesterday. A heavy silence fell across the room. The only sound was the flat, precise clicking of keys as Kyoko typed. They're all dead. What? I see. Certainly, I knew that was a possibility, but it really happened. There's no point in me getting depressed over things I can't do anything about.
Anyway.
Well then, I guess that's it.
That's it. A simple phrase that held so much meaning. She began typing again. You've done your job. Thank you. I'm done? I guess I am, huh?
Okay then.
Then maybe I'll take a little rest. I'm kinda tired. Goodbye, everyone. See you later. With that, the laptop entered sleep mode.
That's so depressing. Kind of sad.
I see.
So Alter Ego did everything he could.
Does that also... Well, you know, Alter Ego was in the splash for the chapter.
Uh-huh.
What was it? All-Star...
Apologies.
Okay, I was thinking about it, trying to see if maybe moving around some of the words might indicate something, but I guess it's probably referring to Sakura and Makoto having things to apologize for.
Right, I gotcha.
Possibly even the boy and his dog that are also here in the school.
Indeed.
We won't have to talk to him all that much anymore.
But I feel kind of sorry for him.
But
You feel sorry? But he's just a computer program, right?
Well,
I know, but still, he did everything he could for us, you know?
I mean, yeah, it did, but that's what a computer program is designed to do. You don't tell a computer program good job every time you shut it down, do you?
Did you say computer program?
Don't judge me.
Well, no. But when we talked to Alter Ego, I guess I just didn't see it that way. I know what you mean. I feel the same way.
Hey, come on, it's just a program. You can't tell the difference between a program and real life. I mean, a friend, right?
Is that just the most important line that we've been given in the game? I mean, don't you think that Yasuhiro keeps telling us the most important things over and over?
Yeah, kind of.
Speculation! But you know, what's the difference between us and that program, really?
Huh? What? Shut up.
I started thinking about how you would differentiate a person and an AI. Alter Ego isn't human, I know that. It's just a program running on a computer.
Like a video game.
But at the same time, I couldn't help but think of him as our friend.
that's right.
Yeah, he's no different from us. He's still our friend.
I think maybe I understand where you're coming from. Then there's no problem calling him a friend. After all, the more friends the merrier, right?
You're just trying to have the subject changed, aren't you?
Check this out! Friendship has no survival value. Instead, it gives value to survival.
What's that called? He did the same thing earlier, like the weak to women or strong against
I don't know what
women
the
and
word for that
children.
is.
You know, where I always really loved those jokes. You know, when I was in 2nd grade, I would get like a joke book.
Right?
I can't think of anything like that, but those sorts
What's
of
the difference
gags,
between a jailer and a watchmaker? One sells watches, one watches sells.
Yeah, exactly that.
You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish!
So...
Anyway. Don't so anyway that! It's a totally smart and cool thing that I quoted from I don't remember where!
It really is, yeah.
Hey.
Anyway, there's nothing more Alter Ego can do to help us.
That may not be true.
As such, his role in this is over. Am I wrong about that?
Well, no, but...
Just a second.
And frankly, I question the ease at which you decide who is and isn't your friend.
I am...
Back to this.
I'm really glad that you actually do appear to be quite human. That she's getting really mad.
Yeah.
I really like that, because she needs to get really mad at Makoto so he stops doing this crap.
Right?
But I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't mean to lie to you, and I didn't apologize for it either.
The story's gotten off track. We should go over what Alter Ego said one more time, so I'm going to frickin' recap again.
The only thing I'm here for is recaps.
And punching things.
My God, I hate myself. I do want to clarify something. I really like tension between the main cast. And so I do really like that Kyoko and Makoto are having this sort of argument. But it is frustrating to just be like, dude, why are you doing this?
Right.
Why you gotta do this? There's no way that there could have been any other outcome to that tell or don't tell her thing.
Right?
Because we already had talked to Sakura. There's no way that the entire chapter and the rest of the game would be different based on some random thing that you could have looked at.
Uh-huh.
So...
Yeah, good idea. What was the Hope's Peak staff thinking? Why are they making us kill each other? Do they want ghosts? Ghosts! Haunted ghosts!
No. The Hope's Peak staff isn't trying to make anybody kill anybody else, but Monokuma probably is.
Right.
He might not be, but...
Alter Ego said that what happened 1 year ago is what started everything.
The tragedy.
Well...
Yeah, he said it was the biggest, most awful, most hopeless event in human history, right? It must have been a huge incident, whatever it was. Though all the hyperbole and Makoto saying this makes me wonder if it was just some really small, pathetic thing.
Right?
But did something like that really happen a year ago?
I don't remember anything happening that you could describe that way. What about you guys?
Oh,
it was
yeah.
just my abducted burger, man. Come on.
Oh, that's right. These guys haven't even considered the idea that no time has passed.
Right.
I don't really watch the news, so...
I live on a mountain. Sorry, nothing comes to mind. That event led to the closing of Hope's Peak.
Oh, don't you have some pithy thing to say? Or you have
Never mind.
Yeah, you don't have a memory anyway.
Very least.
If nothing else, it must have had some kind of connection to this school.
There is no... We have no way of knowing how long we've been here. No, that's not true. We probably haven't been here for longer than a year.
Probably not.
Just because of our own physical ages. I mean, everything we found in the report cards, nobody's bodies had really changed in that time.
Right.
I mean, we're talking about high school kids, you know?
Yeah.
And, I mean, not first-year high school kids either.
Right.
So, if a year has passed, they would have... They would have grown or changed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which is why it has to be either cold sleep, these aren't real bodies, it's something digital.
Right, right.
Go watch Zegapane, it's a really good anime.
It is. Maybe all the students here were killed or... Oh, wait.
However,
That kind of catastrophe would have been all over the news. At least one of us would remember that.
But time passing! Then maybe they covered it up. That would explain why none of us knew that the school had been shut down.
Totally covering up something like that. I suppose it's not totally impossible.
There were all the archives. What we need to do is go and check the dates on some of those things. Can we find anything?
Oh, you know it's not going to let us search the archives.
Oh, well, Monokuma would also curate all that stuff to make sure that appropriate dates are or are not available.
What's wrong with our government? Our taxes pay their salaries. They should be handling stuff like that. Maybe, but right now there's only one path open to us.
So...
We have to find the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy.
Right.
Correct.
We have to find him and make him tell us everything.
I agree. Let's spend 2 or 3 days doing free time so I can hang out with people.
No matter what?
As long as we can get our hands on him, I think...
Kyoko. When she said headmaster, I got that Ghibli feeling again.
But even that is a problem not so easily solved.
Yeah, you're right.
So then,
Well, our business is done here, so for now we should get out of here. Oh yeah, good idea. Let's all pretend we took a big, shower or bath or whatever. Then I... Huh?
Is it really that dusty? Wait, I mean...
Oh, no, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm not guarding it, but Byakuya is going to be so mad at me.
That's what you want, isn't it?
Let's avoid getting involved any further. Good call.
Huh.
I'm going to run away screaming. Oh.
But as we left the dressing room, someone named Monokuma was there waiting for us.
Oh. My heart is pounding away.
As in, why are you all going into that room and taking so many baths?
In such a short period of time.
All together.
It's pounding with anger. You're not still bad about the whole breaking into the headmaster's room thing, are you? Oh, that little matter doesn't matter even a little. You see, I can do it too. And I'm a little jealous of you guys enjoying it in a decent mixed bath, but that doesn't matter either. It's building. I feel it building. Flagpole!
I'm really angry.
My head's about to boil over with rage. Don't get so angry. Here, let me help center your chakra. Etch this on the walls of your brain, okay? When you do something to me, I do it right back. What?
Yeah, that's
What did Byakuya do?
Maybe.
An eye for an eye, a fang for a fang. Huh? Fang for a fang?
Plot against him?
I don't know. Maybe Byakuya did something while we were
No, maybe, but I'm trying to look at things other than that.
Okay.
Okay, what, like, for instance, maybe he's talking about hiding something extremely important, about looking into his identity.
Probably.
I mean, he said he still thinks they're bathing, but he doesn't really.
Right.
He said he wasn't mad about breaking down the door, but...
Right, he was. Be careful! He just chanted the incantation of devastation!
I thought you ran away screaming!
No, it's just a saying. Oh, I see.
But what's he talking about? Byakuya probably did do something. Put a tack on his chair.
This is a night announcement! All you punks get to bed!
What a freaking day!
Right?
This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then, sweet dreams, everyone. Good night, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
correct.
So, it's nighttime.
Hey,
What does everyone want to do? Celeste was the one who suggested our nighttime rule, but she's gone now.
We do need to sleep at some point, you know.
Right?
I think we should still avoid being out at nighttime. I know it'll make me feel better that way.
I agree!
it's true.
Very well then. In that case, time for bed.
Well, quite a lot has happened this day, And there is quite a lot of stuff to digest. And I think we're going to go ahead and leave it at this. Next time, we'll try and have a whole bunch of healthy speculation ready.
And even some unhealthy speculation.
Unless we
Donuts.
Donuts?